They are the lifeline of two-wheelers and four-wheelers. Without them, a car or motorcycle is just a showpiece. Putting life into them is Bangalore-based Suprajit Engineering, India's largest manufacturer of automotive cables, producing 150 million cables a year. This 3-decade-old company manufactures a whole range of automotive cables ranging from brake cables, clutch cables, throttle cables, transmission cables, starting cables, gear shift cables at its 14 plants located in India and abroad. Suprajit has become the world's largest two-wheeler cable maker. All the major two-wheelers like TVS, Bajaj Auto, Hero MotoCorp, Honda, Yamaha, Royal Enfield and Harley-Davidson depend on Suprajit for its cables. In recent years, it has begun catering to global four-wheeler giants like BMW, Volkswagen, General Motors, Renault, Nissan, Suzuki and Indian giants like Mahindra & Mahindra and Tata Motors. Clearly, catering to such marquee clients is reflected in the company's financials. Suprajit's sales have zoomed from 57 lakh rupees in 1988-89 to 533 crore rupees in 2013-14. Likewise, the net profit rose from 4 lakh rupees in 1988-89 to 47.6 crore rupees in 2013-14. Today, Ajit Rai, the man who built the company from scratch, is getting ready to move to the next level of growth. But the scene was quite different when he started the company way back in 1984. To hark back in time, Ajit was born in a small village near Mangalore into a lower middle class family. Young Ajit was very bright in his studies. After graduating in mechanical engineering from Mysore University, he went on to Canada to do a master's in industrial engineering on a scholarship. Halfway through his PhD, he decided to return to India as he was smitten by the entrepreneur's bug. That was 1984, but he had no clue as to which business he should venture into. On the advice of his father-in-law, he met Venu Srinivasan of TVS Group, who was a family friend, and that meeting changed Ajit Rai's life forever.
I happen to know his father-in-law very well, who was a very eminent professional. He was director of Burma Shell in India and director of the Murugappa Group. And when we looked around for an opportunity, there were no cable manufacturers in India really of quality at that time. And so he went abroad, scouted around Asia, found a Taiwanese partner for making clutch and brake cables for two-wheelers. And that was over 20 years ago. And he was a very energetic, personable, hardworking person. Therefore, I thought if given an opportunity, he would be successful, not only as a supplier to us, but also in business.
Very quickly, Ajit got into the act. The project cost worked out around 62 lakh rupees. Here, not only his friends and relatives contributed to his initial equity capital of 6,25,000 rupees, but even TVS invested, indicating its support to the young man. Thanks to TVS and his name Ajit was set in Bomasandra, Bengaluru. It was the sole supplier to TVS two-wheeler bike in Suzuki. Ajit spent the first 10 years on product development and absorbing the Taiwanese technology. Suprajit was a single client-driven company and the cash registers kept ringing. Somewhere in the beginning of 2000, Ajit felt he should move out of this comfort zone of TVS. So he decided to cater to other two-wheeler giants in the country. It was tough as the company's competitor Remsons was deeply entrenched in Bajaj Auto and Hero Honda. But Ajit was very confident about the quality of his company's product. So in 2002, he approached Hero Honda, now Hero MotoCorp, to convince them to source more cables from Suprajit. At that point, it was just a 10% supplier to Hero. They agreed only if he set up a unit in Manesar, Gurgaon, where Hero's plant was located. He readily agreed. Today, Suprajit is the largest supplier to Hero MotoCorp. In the case of Bajaj Auto, a chance 15-minute meeting with Rajiv Bajaj in 2003 proved to be very beneficial. But like the Munjals, Rajiv Bajaj too asked for Suprajit's unit to be located in Chakan, Maharashtra. Here too, Ajit readily agreed. With all the two-wheeler majors as its clients, the company kept growing bigger. Today, Hero MotoCorp contributes 18% to its turnover, TVS 14% and Bajaj Auto 15%. What proved to be the game changer for the company was its acquisition in 2002. It bought out Shah Concabs, a cable-making company based in Vapi, Gujarat, for 5 crore rupees. This acquisition not only enabled the company to penetrate the LCV and HCV segments, but also made Suprajit the largest cable manufacturer in India, overtaking its biggest competitor, Remsons. All these moves saw Suprajit cross the 100 crore rupees revenue mark in 2004-2005. Through all these changes, Ajit never lost focus on the bottom line. This is why the company's operating margin has remained a constant 17% over the last 8 years.
See, ultimately we are able to maintain this EBITDA level constantly for several years. And that is also, it is not easy to maintain EBITDA level constantly for several years. It is through by way of making it like very prudent way of managing the cash as well as financials. And we used to borrow from the banks with a very competitive rate of interest, and we'd get for any capacity expansion we used to have 75% borrowings from the bank as well as 25% from the internal accruals. We used to balance the funds and manage the funds, and we generate cash every year. This cash is deployed appropriately with the balanced way of managing the fund.
A strong balance sheet saw Ajit setting his sights even higher. He scouted for acquisition to enter into the four-wheeler segment. As luck would have it, in 2006, CTP Gills Cable, the group company of Kaklo PLC, which Suprajit already had a joint venture in India, was up for sale. This acquisition gave Suprajit an entry into the four-wheeler market in the European and North American markets, as CTP had clients like Toyota, Land Rover, General Motors, Jaguar, Nissan Motors and Volkswagen. The timing was right and proved to be a great de-risking strategy. Post this acquisition, exports started looking up. From 1% of turnover in 2001-2002, exports today contribute 14% to turnover. Similarly, the four-wheeler share in turnover has increased to 29% from a mere 2.5% in 2001-2002. Further, the company has broad-based its offering with new segments like the non-automotive sector, where John Deere is its major client. Besides, Ajit also sees great promise in the aftermarket segment.
We expect the two-wheeler growth to happen in a level of about 9 to 12% in the near term, that is in the course of next 3 years or so. So two-wheeler volumes we can surely pick up. Also, more and more vehicles being brought into the market, the spare parts requirements for the through the OEMs are increasing, and also we can also reach the aftermarket space also ourselves. So which we are doing it already, and then more and more we can go into that. And also automotive export is seeing a big growth, and non-automotive space also is looking up very much.
Today, Suprajit is firing on all cylinders, and the road ahead seems very